Sorry. I was just sitting here watching the and it looks like a face. It's got like this mountain of hair, and it's got this sad beard right here. Okay, we've been streaming for 6 minutes. We can't. He's gone insane. Okay, as you see, we're at our surfboard pole location. We're at our surfboard summoning location. Who gave him nitrous? I was about to make a racing joke, but one of my buddies ran. Did he run nitrous on that? I think he did. Turbo LS swapped a Mustang with nitrous as well. No, that was his other Mustang. No, that was his Camaro that had Mustang. That had a Camaro that had Mustang. No, that was his Camaro that had nitrous. I don't know. Anyways, my only experience with nitrous is on the racetrack. Never had to be put under. That's not true. I probably had to have. Anyways. Only problem there is that implies he wasn't insane before. You got me. Can't argue with that logic. Hello, welcome. Happy September. New week, new month. And one step closer to 6.0. Bro, I am so excited for Luna 1. Just like there's a lot to be excited for. But one of the main things I'm excited for, like the lore and everything, also, you know, I'm a big fan of the lore. But even just having another place to explore and just what we've seen of the wilds in Nodcry, I am so ready for it. I'm ready for there to be like weird new mechanics to learn and all the little nooks and crannies to find resources and chests and I wonder what Nodcry's version of Oculi are going to be, because it's not Snezhnaya. So I wonder what we're going to be offering the Columbina statues. Magnetic mechanics, all the different like energy source type things that we're using. There's going to be some really interesting puzzles as well. I really hope they bring their A game with puzzles, because not that puzzles need to be more complex or less complex or more convoluted or more Inazuma-like, but I like a variety. I like the variety in puzzles that we had in Notland, because there were different mechanics with all the different Saurian abilities. How that made for it felt like a much broader range of puzzles, and I like that, because a lot of the puzzles maybe not started to feel stale, because I guess Sumeru and Fontaine also brought a lot of not hard puzzle, not that I want harder puzzles, but that a more diverse array of different types of puzzles, which I liked in Notland, which Fontaine and Sumeru both innovated a lot on the puzzle design. It just felt like, because I think maybe it just felt like Notland had a lot more diversity in their puzzles because of the different Saurian abilities that there were. And it was cool how even if you didn't have any of those characters, there was always a Saurian around to indwell to complete those puzzles and stuff. I always have been looking at, whenever we're going through puzzles and domains and stuff, I always look at it saying, okay, if you only had the original, like just the original guaranteed characters, you could do these puzzles. It'd be a pain in the ass for some of them, and some of them would be extremely tedious, but as far as required elements are concerned, and like if your only bow character is Amber, and like there are possible to do, doesn't mean it's not going to be as annoying as frick, but I always find that interesting that this puzzle is maybe tailored towards the new 5-star that was just released, but you could do this with X character that was released before. Welcome, Jobster, Jester, Monday, Halcyon, Tass, Soth. Hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping by for just a small minute, Jester. And thank you for supporting the VOD as well. Marceline, what up? Linny lines are overflowing. Linny's lines are overflowing. Arlecchino. Marceline tells me that your lines have been overflowing. Marceline tells me you've been doing lines. Care to elaborate? Palaguin, what up? Jabrilia, Nightwalker, hello. Bardo, hey, hello. Bardo, hee hee. Bardo, hee hee. Hello. Lone Wolf, Fabricio, what up, what up? Cell Goddess, hello. Welcome. What is going on? Noritaka, Sunflowers. Hello, everyone. Yuri, what up? Phoenix. And Nemoise, yeah. Luna, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. We have some surfboard polls to do, and I also have some account updates to do as well. Because she obviously needs more strength, Arlecchino is ready to be crowned. The limiting factor being Mora. But Arle has all of the philosophies of order, all of her insignias from her underlings that she's slaughtered. I have 4 fading candles somehow. So Arle is ready to be crowned. Shinobu is ready to go up another rank in her skill, which is going to be helpful for the Kale team. And Kale herself has been final phased. So everyone is shipshape, getting ready for. Also, Shinobu's at 86, ready to be 90'd. Bennett at 86, ready to be 90'd. Kale final phased, ready to be 90'd. The limiting factor being that I only have 100,000 Mora. And it's 700k just for Arle's. I think I'll crown her last. Because what does this require? That only needs 450. That only needs 450. But people are getting ship shape. I was considering. Not that. I was considering. Okay, we know that Lauma is going to be in the first part of. We know that Lauma is going to be in the first part of 6.0. I don't think I would use Mualani super often, but I definitely will be using Lauma super often. So I was like, I'm guaranteed. I'm high in pity. Should I? No. I'm going to keep on pulling for Mualani because I just really want to add her to the collection. Like, I really want to add her to the collection. I think it would make sense for me to wait because we're guaranteed. But this is Llama's debut. She will come back, probably in the relative future as well. And this is not Mualani's debut, which means we may not get another one of her banners for a bit. Whereas Llama, this is going to be her debut. So I would really recommend. I would really doubt that Llama would not return in relative short order. Similar to how like Shilonen speedran her rerun, very popular, helpful character for team meta. So keep on trying to get my surfboard, and then the anniversary primos and the 6.0 primos will help us with our Centaurus? Deer? She's gonna call her Deer? Yanfei's Deer. I can't call someone else Deer. Anyways. Tolfei. Elk. Elk. Moonlight was the first. Yeah, she was the first Notland 5-star, wasn't she? Deer power creep. Moose. Big sis deer. What do you call a deer with no eyes? Blind. Blind. Prey. I can't remember what pity we're at. This has got to be... I think we're around mid-60s now. And last one. I used up all my luck. My pulls have been very lucky. Because how many 50-50s have we lost? Not a ton, right? And shop reset. Thank you. Oh, I just saw red here. I was like, what the hell? Oh, it's because I have him see she shikshed. Dust, these. Yes. And fates. Okay. How much Azoth do I have? 250 that's fine. That's quite a bit, actually. That's quite a bit, actually. And I still have 616 to last me for 29 days if I didn't pull at all. So I just try not to go below 750, the minimum requirement for getting your wishes. Okay. So that gives us 5 more. Okay, it has not updated, so we just used, how many did we use prior? 5? We had 5 when we walked into this, didn't we? I know we're above 50. 50. 55. 60. 64, so we're at 69 right now. Thank you for the nices being farmed in chat right now. Well, then this will get us too soft, then. Okay, which team? It's very fringe teams that he does not, that C6 Bennett does not work for anymore. That C6 does not work for, right? Like, it's none of the teams that I use him in. It's like Eula and someone else, right? Sword, Claymore, and Pyro wielding characters inside Fantastic Voyage gain a Pyro damage bonus, and the weapons are infused with Pyro. Oh, that's why. Okay. That doesn't really affect me. Cool. I can definitely see how, because that can't be overridden, can it? I can definitely see how that would affect certain teams, but the main teams, especially for team meta that I always have him in, he's tied at the hip to Mawika and Arle, so it can be overridden. Oh, but other characters like Chongyun's. Is it his skill or his burst? One of Chongyun's abilities infuses the active character with cryo, and that can't be overridden. Regardless. Huge for my Arle and Mawika teams. Oh, and physical characters can't use it because then they will start dealing elemental damage instead of physical damage, which is why it doesn't work for Eula. The infusion on newer characters own infusions that can't be overridden, so C6 bending effect is okay, has become fine. 2 more. and Unmas. So now we are at 7. This will take us to 74 right here. The lag! The spoiler delay!
Joining me, traveler. I'm Mualani, a guide from the people of the Springs. If you need anything, just raise your hand and let me know. Now, please stow your weapon, secure your belongings, keep a firm hold on Paimon, and most importantly,
Keep a firm hold on.
let go of your troubles. I prepared a sharky surfboard for you, so hop on and try not to fall. Alrighty, let the journey begin.
Keep a firm hold on Paimon. Part of the crew, part of the surfboard. Sweet. And that means that I can use this as a deer fund. The other reason why I'm not super sweating for, like I wanted to continue pulling on Mualani and why I'm not super sweating for Primo Gems for Lauma is also because we're still tidying up a lot of quests. In the 7 days between now and when Luna 1 will drop, there's still a lot of quests for us to do. There's the rest of Surdumi Island. There is, what's that quest up by the fountain? There's a bunch of chests that I've been finding around here with the compass that are underneath that I'm like, okay, I can't get underneath here. So it's got to be associated with this. There's also the Research Institute as well. Wasn't there something else elsewhere? Missing Arthur. That, yeah, we still haven't found Arthur. So there's plenty of quests and stuff. Excuse me. There's plenty of quests and stuff to give. Not an insane amount of primos, not a 5-star guaranteeing amount of primos, but plenty to fuel our Lauma funds, which means that we can pull on our Mualani banner. Oh man, that would have been perfect for the photo event. Can you take fall damage like this? Probably, right? Sorry, that's the first thing that I test with you. Can you take fall damage with your surfboard? You know, I'm not sure. Have we lost to Citlali yet? Because it's usually a requirement that the new character, I'm excited to use them. I only level them to 40. I take them into the world, and then they immediately get one shot by something. But has Citlali died yet? Because usually what it is I shield up and then switch to someone else. I would definitely be grabbing. I'll definitely be taking you to 40. Do you think that she will work with? The problem is her Hydra application isn't awesome. Do you think that she would ever work with Lauma for Bloom? Bloom isn't really that. What does she work with? Like, what reactions do she work with? Vape. I was gonna say taser. Vape. Forward vape. Mobika, Shilon, and Sucrose. And Sucrose! And Sucrose! Where the hell? My adorable alchemist. You're an HP scaler, right? You're an HP scaler, ain't you? Oh, hey! The ring! I've had this in my inventory for no one really wants to use that. All right, you can have that. Sweet.
Let's ride.
Oh my gosh, she's so happy. I don't have the full 5.0 crew, do I? Wait. No. I don't have Chaska. Or, oh, you mean the 5.0 crew? Oh, Lone Wolf, thank you for the surfboard hype. Thank you for the 2 months, Lone Wolf. Appreciate you. Archive. Oh, holy crap, we do. Because Mualani's debut was aside Kazuha, Kenichi's debut was aside Raiden, Shilonen's debut was aside Chiori. And then who else was Shilonen with? Did Shilonen debut alongside Nahida? Is that why I was able to get a Nahida? Solo? Bird? Was it Bird? Might have been Bird. And then Kachina obviously is a 5.0, and she was a guarantee. Huh. I guess I do have the 5.0. The 5.0 crew. These two, and they're.
You can only do so much on your own, but with a group, anything's possible.
With Chiori. Oh, Nahida. Hu Tao was with Nahida. All right. Pretty good way to start this. Resting uwu face. Pretty good way to start this. Start this adventure off. Man, first Notland character released, and I get her in the final 7 days of the entire Notland patch of the entire 5.x. Poetic. That's cute. She cute. I don't think Mualani really cared about wishing rituals because we pulled several times on top of the Kaholosaur. We pulled at her own shop. We pulled up in front of some blubber beasts in Fontaine. Where the hell are we? In front of some blubber beasts in Fontaine. I don't think that Citlali and Mualani really cared about wishing rituals the way that Farina did. All right, back to Inazuma. Was it Rito we were heading to next, or could we head directly back to Surumi Island? Wow, I never go to this teleport. For a second, I was like, where are we? No, that's oh yeah, this is the one. Okay, it was at Suruma. It was at Surumi that we had, or at Rito that we had to. I hadn't recognized the hindsight that I hadn't recognized the hindsight that the reason that Farina was so quick to accuse us of what was it, holding Paimon as a no, it wasn't just Paimon. It was releasing a flying thing within the first 3 days of the week or whatever. And how she was so quick to, hey, let's take you to court, because it had been 500 years. She was so eager to, is this the trial? Is this the one that's gonna change things? Hadn't thought about that until recently that like, oh yeah, obviously that's why she was so in such a hurry to put us on trial. Oh, also, small team comp, as well, to finish out my account updates. I'm putting Rosaria with Arlecchino. I do think that for cryo application, Charlotte maybe makes a little more sense because, not for cryo application. I do think that Charlotte might make a little more sense because she can heal the rest of the team. while Arlecchino can be healed by her own burst, the rest of the team still does need a healer. They still do need health in order to exist. I do think that Charlotte may have been a better option, but Rosaria was already kind of halfway built, and so I'm going to continue that build. And I also just really enjoy playing Rosaria as well. Mostly I enjoy playing Rosaria as an on-field main DPS, but giving her a ton of ER, she has such a low cooldown on her skill, and she has such a small burst requirement that it's really easy to keep her abilities up and just keep that burst up at all times, where it can constantly be pulsing cryo energy for Arle's melts. And combining her with Citlali, there's no shortage of cryo on the field with these four. So I think I'm going to build Rosaria as my as for my Arlecchino team. And then when stuff really gets serious, I can slot in Shilonen, Bennett, and Citlali. I can slot Shilonen in this team.
All right, after you.
Which is Arle's strongest team. If I really get into a pickle. What's the matter? We ran into some very concerning things on Surumi Island. Your point being? We'd like to know what your relationship with the island is. Miss Sumida would like to know more about your relation to Surumi Island. Alright, I understand. Kama is my family's... just consider it my clan's name. Our ancestor was from Surumi Island. Oh, interesting. What? Why didn't Miss Sumida tell us any of that? Oh my gosh, Ether, can you calm yourself? Gasp! Shock! Lightning crackle! Lightning crackle! Lightning slash! That's because I never told her. But why? Because she never asked. If she asked, I would have told her, but since she hasn't, I'm simply her boatman. I follow her. He's looking directly over Ether. It's not even giving him the time of day. He's like, you're too short for me to even address properly. I follow her to Yashiori Island to gather reference material. I smuggle snacks from Lia. I listen to her read books. I think this is a good deal. So then about your ancestor. My ancestor could not stomach what was happening on Surumi Island and left. So he built a small boat and followed the path of the so-called Thunderbird. He went to Serai Island. That's right. My ancestors lived on Serai for a long time. Sometime later, I wonder if that's that ruined village near the statue. My ancestors lived on Serai Island for a long time. Sometime later, the Thunderbird destroyed Surumi Island, and even later on, it was killed on Serai. The island became nigh uninhabitable then, so we migrated to Kanazuka, Koseki Village, and the Asase Shrine. Asase Shrine was constructed to suppress the Thunderbird's power, or so I heard, while Koseki Village was built to house those who had relocated to Serai to make offerings at the shrine. Our family was lucky enough to survive these various catastrophes, and so we began working into Tarasuna. Afterward, having despaired of the way in which the then inspector acted, my ancestors resigned and moved to Narukami Island. Previously, we even made a tidy sum of mora in Rito doing business, but by the time it came to my father's generation, we had little to our name but a pile of debts. You clearly remember history very clearly. Each generation of our family will tell our story to the one that follows. We have a strong oral tradition. It is said that this was due to our earliest ancestor claiming that he had given up everything, save for the reason he had left in the first place. Before my father passed on, he claimed that we were the last scions of the people of Surumi Island, although that hardly counts for much. We were no illustrious clan like one might consider the Hiragi or Kamisato to be. The only thing he left to me was a single small boat. Oh, interesting, the boat that he ferries people with. Why did your ancestor leave Surumi Island? I think we know. I think we know. We hold that it is because the Thunderbird showed favor to a certain child, which the priests then decided to sacrifice to it. Our ancestor could not accept such a thing, so he left. He originally wanted to take the child with him, but it seems that the other party stayed of their own accord. That must have been really hard for him. So the unnatural occurrences on the island. They must be the result of a very large-scale ley line disorder. It is said that the sound of Surumi Island being destroyed could be heard all the way from Serai. Was the Thunderbird really that powerful? Considering it could reduce Serai to such a state, I'm afraid so. My father did take me to Surumi once to see where it all began. Apparitions of the past would appear amidst the sea of fog, illusions, replaying past events. Yep, it's kind of what my theory had been. Oh, that sucks. That the Rue that we're talking to is long dead. Everyone that we're talking to on Surumi has not existed for a long time. Why am I so far over? Boop. Namely, the final ceremony held on that island, albeit one in which the flow of time is all wrong. The Thunderbird then destroyed Surumi Island, resulting in a great storm, and then it started all over again. So that's the reason why those people didn't take notice of... So that's the reason why people didn't take notice of us at all? Because they were illusions of the past? That's frightening. There's no meaning in speaking to the Outlanders. They are simply shadows created by the ley line disorders. Or the Islanders. They're simply shadows created by the ley line disorders. However, there is one exception, which is the child who was the offering to the Thunderbird. I believe this is the Rue you spoke of. Oh, so he is conscious then. His spirit is sentient. But that means we gotta save him. I wouldn't worry about this. They're all ultimately illusions created by the ley lines. No wonder the Mashiro disappears. I'd like to help him too. Even if he's just an illusion, he's still Paimon's friend. Maybe we can give his spirit peace? Like, if his body's all been long sacrificed, at least we can do something for his spirit. Well, it doesn't matter to me anyway. I have no love for Surumi, nor do I have any of my father's talk of bloodlines and history. If I were Lady Sumida, I would say something like, if the cycle of the sea fog can be broken, then that history may also be ended. It'll make for a good story. Yeah, very, very funny. But you didn't laugh. Really? I did, in fact, find it quite interesting. Well, sure. Either way, thanks for telling us all this stuff, Kama. Lady Sumida commissioned you. I've said enough, I believe. I believe so, too. Ugh. Just ugh. And it's foggy once more. And there's chests back, too? Oh, you're the adventurer. That's a separate quest. Goldfish of Duke!
Time for a light show.
Oh, you're still alive? I didn't approve that.
Ooh, let me open it.
Self-restraint. Key fence. Definitely let me find out for myself what's going on with the chests. Because I was like, that's weird. Why are the chests back?
By royal decree.
Your mom!
Teamwork is true.
Maybe I don't need a burst for these guys. Yeah. I don't even need to use my ult. Strange, strange, strange. Just like last time, we should be able to fight him as long as we go through this gate. think I came here to, let's hope we're in time. Paimon did have a voice line about seeing rolled over here when I wandered over here to, I brought my wife into my world so that we could start farming golden wolf lords for, because I for some reason forgot that this teleport was still open, so we teleported into the statue. Because she got an Ito when she was pulling for Kokomi during the last Inazuma Chronicle.
If we've got nothing else to do, why don't I tell you a story?
And there it goes. Who's not here? Maybe he's deeper inside. We need to find him, and quick. If not, the islanders are going to sacrifice him to the Thunderbird. According to what Kama said. Yeah, Paimon knows that other things happening here are illusions that constantly repeat themselves. But if that's the case, doesn't that mean Rue's been sacrificed to the Thunderbird Archon? To the Thunderbird, Archon only knows how many times? That's just too sad. We've... Oh, I hadn't considered that. That because he's sentient, he's reliving this. Everyone else is mindless recollections, memories, going through the same things that they did over and over, but Rue is still conscious. Which means that every time this plays out, it's like it's happening again. Out of my way. Maybe I should use my abilities. Oh my gosh, her shield's already down.
Suffer the wrath of Easley. Oz, reveal thyself. What trinkets lie veiled within this desolate plain?
Primo gems. Although these aren't giving primo gems, are they? You have... Okay, that's why... I keep forgetting to switch that back on her. That's why why her shield immediately got destroyed. See, Lottie's, I honestly wasn't really paying attention. See, Lottie's shield is kind of squishy anyway, but especially, having sacrificial fragments, having the composed passive and 221 more EM makes it much more durable. It's kind of squishy by itself. It's kind of squishy regardless, but okay, following the path up here. Are those just a bunch of pyro abyss mages? I've got an app for that.
Want me to come along? Fallen leaves, adorn my nut.
Everybody stand! Shadow Raven!
The wind knows me.
Kazuha can burst off cooldown just now.
One with nature. Brings a smile to my face.
I didn't really want to go against 3 pyro abyss mages with Yoimiya.
Are you going to hold a festival?
Who's our target this
I'm
time?
gonna put Yelan back in here for. Why is it sending me back over here? I just was making a beeline for the thing. Excuse me. I was just making a beeline for the ceremonial site. Going to the tree. Oh. Over there. We've seen those people again. What were their names again? No, wait. It was an illusion, wasn't it? Ipe and Makiri. Oh, these. Isn't Rue lucky? Don't be silly. Oh, sorry. And the fact that I'm the only one doing work over here makes it worse. That's Ipe and Makiri. Looks like they're making offerings to the perch. Oh, Paimon has an idea. What a coincidence. Well, what's your thought? What's your idea? They said that the perches are key to the ceremony, and so people need to make offerings there and protect them. Well, the ceremony won't be able to continue if we destroy the perches, right? But they're illusions of the past. So is all of this, Ether. Did we not just go over that? Even though all of this is an illusion, it's still happening to Rue. He still feels it as if it were all 100% real. Well, even if that's so, don't you think it's worth a shot? Since these islanders love their Thunderbird and perches and stuff so much, let's just give wrecking them a go. They said that these perches contain the Thunderbird's power, right? Maybe they'll react if we blow them away.
I'm going in. Eat Laline, eat Papa, get him.
That worked.
Things are about to get dicey.
Feels is great.
Yeah, get out of here. I helped you, and you betrayed me. Search for this perch of scattered power. Oh. I was like, it's right here. Not that. Oh my gosh!
Time for a light show.
The noise of all three of them spawning into existence all at once was so loud in my ear cups. Wait, do I destroy these? Oh! I can destroy these! I can milk you. Yoi, seriously. Just kill it.
Show no mercy. Get out of here.
Gotcha.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Go the ship down. Fire hazard.
Oh, once again,
Get to work.
once again, shield's gone.
Quietly now.
Up here. Amethyst lumps. I need that for the craftable.
Rise like smoke.
Destroy the perches. Gladly.
Fuse is lit.
Where is your bird now? What changed? What am I looking at here? What changed? It works. It really works. Come on, let's get the rest. No fog, but wasn't it always... Was it foggy right here before? I thought I had dispersed... I guess it was foggy in the places that there were... that there are branches. What the... What's going on here? The perch. How do I get out of here? I had an Escoffier moment. What changed? And off for what? A recipe? For what? What the frick? Did I miss this chest, or is this one that came back?
Game's up. Fun's over. Busted.
Going in! Fire hazard!
Oh, shield's down. I did see it that time.
Suffer the wrath of Eatly!
Gotcha.
Here comes the fireworks!
Things are about to get dicey.
Oh, you're no ruined serpent. Stop doing that attack.
Show no mercy!
This guy thinks he's a ruined serpent.
Stand back!
He's like, I'm gonna writhe around and roll around on the ground like my big brother does.
It's a miracle!
Okay, there it is. Target spotted. Car can't. What the fuck was that noise?
Fulfill our task!
One of the reasons why Citlali's shield isn't lasting very long is because I'm playing Yoimiya, and I often will just have to stand still and just take attacks because I don't want to dodge and interrupt her attack string. Although I really should.
Busted. Here comes the catch.
Show no mercy! Fuse is lit!
I didn't know you were still alive. Somehow.
Ooh, let me open it.
That didn't knock you back? Your mom.
The wrath of Eatly! Teamwork is dreamwork! Good bishop do!
I really should open like when it's when it's ready. I really need to start using Yoimiya's burst before I use like at the start of the rotation. Like maybe shield, then use Yoimiya's burst, then do everyone else, because Yoimiya's burst applies that little goldfish thing, and it helps other characters in the party, not herself.
Things are about to get dicey.
Fuse is lit!
Bzp. They're gonna go bzp. See? I'm a genius. Bzp. What are you Yoimiya, did you just attack? Okay. No, that's still bad. You attacked plants instead of... What is with these ranged pyro characters? What are you angry at? Oh, hi.
Fulfill our pact.
Quietly now.
Everybody stand back! Eat Lolling! Eat Papa! Get him!
They're dead. How did that one-shot it? Where? In here?
Fulfill our pact!
Plunge Yoimiya when?
Busted.
Going in! A festive retreat! Show no mercy!
I can pull that back out.
Fire hazard!
Someone fall down? Okay. That's our Conry. It was north, right? I'm going in the right direction. Oh, right there. Can't see anything in this damn place. Imagine that.
Fuse is lit!
And there we go. Another one gone. In building my Rosaria... No, don't dive. In building my Rosaria, I've been fighting the Cryo Vine again. And obviously the vines are pretty squishy just in general. But Yoimiya, Bennett, and Mika were my picks for that. And then Citlali to shield. And surprisingly, Yoimiya can actually one-shot, Yoimiya can actually one-cycle the Cryo Vine inside of Bennett's ring with Mika's speed bonus. Excuse me, sorry, I just slurped into the microphone. Here, how about I make it worse? How about I apologize for Ayatoing right into the microphone and then just make it worse? Okay, 3 boxes and a bro. Wake up.
Time to end them! Teamwork is dreamwork!
No thanks.
Time for a light show! Get to work!
Game's up. Fun's over.
Coefficient 2! Fire hazard!
Ah! You're over there doing stuff, aren't you?
I'm going in! Show no mercy! Fuse is lit!
It's why I like using my weird characters. It'd be so easy, and I say this a lot, but it'd be so easy to just copy paste that same Malwika or Arlecchino team on every single fight, but the game would get so stale. Just watching the same burst animations, the same skill animations, hearing the same ability voice lines, and being able to just like walk over anything in front of you. For me, that would make the game extremely stale. This one's underground, isn't it? I gotta go in. Do these chests, these chests that have reappeared, do these stay after the quest? Like, do I have to grab these right now? Like after we cleanse Tsurumi or whatever, will these chests stick around? They stay? Cool. Yeah, there it is. Here, your burst is pretty cheap. Yes, but out the way. I just want to make sure that I'm not gonna miss any chests. Oh my gosh, I hate jumping into the unknown. This might need light.
In the name of the princess.
Might need to use that real quick. Hello? Hello? Thanks for that, Yoimiya. Bruh. Okay. And why was that one? Okay.
Here comes the fireworks. Fulfill our pact. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Juve!
Show no mercy.
You know what I mean?
Didn't count.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Where'd you go?
Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh.
Where'd you go?
Fulfill our pact.
Stand still!
Fuse is lit.
Okay, everyone's corrosion is gone. Bro, where? Bro, where? Oh, I hate that. Ugh. Ah! I didn't even use it right either. I cannot stand that traversal mechanic. It makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, hey, here's the Auk. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right. Now back up top.
Rise like smoke.
How do I get back up top? Oh, hey, that was for a chest though. That wasn't for visibility, but it was for chest.
Ooh, will we find any firework materials in here?
If I tell you yes, will you start hitting your targets? Aha! That one was me. That one was me, hopping out of the glider prematurely.
Time for a light
I wonder if Oz can target this. Not willing to uninfuse Yoimiya's, there we go, attacks. And there's what? Did I miss a teleport? I missed a teleport up there. You can't stand. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. You can't. You're right, Granny. I was like, you can't stand on that.
I'm tired already.
Okay. Now that we're here, why can't I? Okay. Now that we're here,
All right.
there it is. I did miss one. Word. Fog's Edge. More like Frog's Edge.
Whatever you need.
Where was this last one? Was it on the surface or was it below? Nope, there it is. Ribbit. Thanks for stopping by, Akun. Appreciate you. These Rift Hounds are tearing through Citlali's shield. She's got 948. It's just
Show no mercy.
No rest for the wicked.
I really should have, here, I can bring that back out again. Generate me a little more energy than otherwise. Oh, her talent didn't recoup its cooldown. There we go.
Everybody stand.
Shields down.
Pauline, East Papa, get him. Midnight Phantasmical. Then teamwork is true. Fire hazard. What do we have here?
Whoa, what is that? Umbrella shop. Huh. Alright. Okay, the thing is up there. Her talent is at 8 as, or no, her talent is at 8 as well. Okay, it's like the perch is attacking me. I'm gonna come back over here because I do not want you guys rubber banding even a little bit.
By royal decree, fulfill our pact. Fuse is lit. Go the ship down. You two. Time. I'm going in.
I cannot see anything. The camera keeps getting stuck in the chest.
Fire hazard. do we have here?
That's why sacrificial is such a crucial catalyst for someone like Citlali. She can have more uptime with her shield. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. The fish is dying. That's a fun fact.
Feel the split.
I will burn your tree to the ground.
Okay. That works, Yoimiya. Bro. Okay. There, that worked. That worked as intended. When they don't have anything else to target, then...
Take me up.
That's gonna aggro those guys over there. Yep. Oh, and there's Rift Hounds here too.
To work. Get out of here. Teamwork is true. Odds reveal. Fire hazard.
Oh my gosh, that went through the shield. Because the shield was still up.
Fulfill a festive retreat. Shadow Raven. Get out of here. Everybody stand. Time for a light show.
Anyone else left?
All right. Rift Woofs? Have I been calling them Rift Woofs? Rift Woofs. Some need 4U, some need 1U of application.
Fire hazard.
Unironically, Mika is a pretty good character for Yoimiya. Just for the level 1, his attack buff is pretty okay. Or I guess technically he's at level 4 because I have a constellation for him, but... It should be all those birches. Let's hope that's enough to stop the ceremony. Let's hope so. We've got no clue where Rue is. Well, if we want to be sure that we've disrupted the ceremony, we should go to the ceremonial site. That's right. Rue always wanted us to take part in that ceremony. Let's hope it doesn't end the same way this time. This is a random ADD moment real quick. For someone like Ningguang,
Let's make haste.
how much does that affect?
My lance and crossbow.
It was noticeable for Yoimiya. Oh, I have to activate that first.
Final.
That's still almost useless.
It's time to
Sorry to any Ningguang, but like, I'm sure that she can be. I really don't care for any of her abilities, kit, normal attacks, any of it. My big problem with her is the Jade Screen is such kind of a niche use case. Because phasing through it increases buffs geo damage, but there are far better geo buffers out there, obviously. And then it blocks attacks, but only ranged attacks. Which I guess if you're using someone like a Catalyst user or Yoimiya, then being able to block attacks while you can shoot through them, I guess that's okay. But her burst seems like it misses a lot. her normal attack speed is super slow. The thing I can say about the Jade screen is you can have 100% uptime with it. But
We're companions! Hooray!
hurrah! There's an Ock I missed over here real quick since we're in the area. Where the... Oh, I would need a Grana. I don't see a Grana anywhere around here. Okay, I already have that one marked, so. Let me use the restroom real quick. It's already been an hour, 16 minutes. Let me use the restroom real quick. Be right back, and we'll continue on this fun adventure. Going to a ceremonial site to... Alright, BRB.
Where?
Chronicles. Of Riddick and otherwise. Remember those old movies? Vin Diesel, Chronicles of Riddick. Ugh. You flee from the storm together with Paimon. Oh. That was close. We barely managed to get out. So this is the storm Kama talked about. It could have been a result of us destroying the perches. Thunderbird might not be too pleased. Why is Paimon floating in front of us like that? That's true. They did have more power in them after all. If it's storming out there, Rue might be in danger. We should go look for him. Let's double back and see if we can find him then. Okay. Do I want this team for penultimate and ultimate fights? Kale. Yeah, why not? Yeah, why not? Why not Kale? Why not Kale? Because Lanyan's shield is not gonna last against Rift Hounds, that's why. Your normal circlet, the DPS Kale circlet, is one stolen from Beidou. Yeah, that one's gonna, because it's got attack and ER on it. That's gonna be better than this one up here. Yoimiya got lost in the fog, and a fellow archer is coming to save her. No one around here. Enemies, like, there's no new enemies. It's quiet. Rue! Rue, you're alright! Conry, Paimon, why did you do this? What? He means destroying the trees, Paimon. I thought the two of you were good, strong people, and that you'd be different from the others. You came back to look for me, listen to everything I said. I thought that the ceremony would go well this time, but we want to stop the ceremony. That way, you'll be safe. We're just trying to help. Why does he want the ceremony to proceed? Back then, something happened. Something went wrong. Things were going so well. But then I woke up. I found that the island had become like this. Everyone was weird. No one could see me. No one could hear me. Then after a while, a storm would start, and it would be super scary. At these times, only Wakaku, Onya, and Aotake wouldn't be struck by lightning. I'd hide there and wait for the storm to end. But once the thunder stopped, everything would repeat all over again. I would wake up and everyone would be doing the same things. Kapatsir is missing too. I couldn't find her, not even on Mount Kana. The ceremony must have gone wrong. We must have made her angry. That's why I prepared another ceremony. And another, and another. But it always ends the same. That's why I had the idea of bringing in people from the outside. I thought that you were my friends, that you would help me. Actually, hold on a minute. Who is Kapatsir anyway? She's the Thunderbird. That's right, that's what they call her. She's our guardian deity. If the ceremony goes smoothly, Kapatsir will be pleased. That way, everyone will be happy. In the past, Kapatsir paid no attention to the people who were offered to her. But I'm different. That's why I have to make sure that the ceremony goes well. So he's like, Kapatsir paid attention to me, so I'll keep being the perfect sacrifice forever. so no one else. That way everyone can go back to normal and live their lives again. Big brother Ippei and big sister Makiri will get married, and Kina and Kito will grow up and become great adventurers. And once things are better here, big sister Sayo will come back. Big brother Kama too. And Dad will no longer have to be afraid of Kapatir's wrathful lightning. And everyone would realize that the outside world isn't a bad place because there are good people like you in it. So why? Why did you ruin the ceremony? Because this isn't right. That's not true. This is right. Don't come back here again. There's gonna be another storm. It's gonna be super scary. Just go already. I don't want to see you ever again. Let's go and report back. What the hell did the camera just do? So not only has he been reliving this and getting sacrificed over and over and over again, but it's more brutal knowing that not only is he conscious of it, but he wants this to happen because this is the only way. Yeah, the cycle's been going on for 1,000. Yeah, everything that we've been seeing is ancient. You can tell by the by just the light context clues of just the island itself, how in disarray it is, and then also the more we learn as we've been talking to people about how long it's been since there's ever been any inhabitants here. Fun stuff. Ah, it's you two. Have there been any new developments? You count what happened on Surumi Island, Smita. I've got it now. Let's break this down simply. According to your plot, the flow of time in Surumi Island does not... Maybe it's better that she thinks of it as a story and not what's actually happening. Maybe it's better that she treats this all as fantasy. The flow of time in Surumi Island does not match that of the outside world. If it were me, I would certainly, as you have, ascribe this to a special ley line disorder. I doubt that such a ley line disorder could occur naturally, so let's just say it fell from the skies. Maybe it was a fragment of Celestia or something. Is there any pictures of Celestia before the nails fell? Like, do we know how many nails are unaccounted for? There's one in the chasm, there's one atop Dragonspine, there's one in the Night Kingdom. But as far as, like, it's theorized that there's one in the desert around where Apep is. That's not confirmed, though. And there's one still up in Celestia as well. So we have no way of knowing how many are unaccounted for. When was it confirmed? That's probably something in the Archon quest that I just forgot. which then mix together with the lightning storms created by the Thunderbird to create these phenomena. And I'd give this plot a 4 out of 10 maybe. It's usable, but it's hard to execute, and there should be a more elegant way of writing this. What do you mean when you say plot anyway? Have you not caught on, Ether? Oh, don't worry about it. It's nothing of particular note. So if we want to push the story forward, we need a few more plot points in play. For example, the Surumi tragedy was born from a misunderstanding. That's what I'd write anyway. For example, the priests and Rue might have taken the Thunderbird's favor upon Rue as a sign that it wanted him as a sacrifice, but in truth, the Thunderbird might have just liked him in particular. I suppose the resolution to such a plot line would simply be a way to find a way to convey Rue's feelings to the Thunderbird. Would that really work? Well, I can't say for sure, but I don't think there's any problem with his progression per se. I remember a very popular series that ran for at least a few dozen volumes with this plot as the basis for its story. You just need to find some ways to continuously insert various happenings that pose obstacles to the misunderstanding's resolution and allow it to fester. Why, that book... Could we get back on topic? Oh, right, sorry. But according to the developments you've mentioned, since the Thunderbird was vanquished on Sarai Island and Rue himself is but a shade of the past, then you can only avert this catastrophe via some mystical means. This is quite hard to write. There's so many things that would be hard to explain. Unacceptable. The Chronicle of the Sea of Fog, working title, can't be that sort of story. Do you have any other ideas? Mind if we say something about Kama for a moment? Oh, you've seen him around then? You told Sumida about Kama's experiences. Wait, what? Kama is a descendant of Surumi Island's natives? Let's go look for him, right now. Right here. Show them. Head to Rito. Wow, it's really thinking. Lidupar confirmed the Eternal Oasis was built right below the nail. Every place that has been nailed has an Irminsul branch. It is as Conry says. I'm a descendant of the Surumi Island natives. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? All those times I got you to send those people there. You never asked, Lady Sumida. Well, that is just how you are, but... Nor will telling Surumi's story edify anyone. My father clung to that story till his dying day. From the time I was young, he would often take me there. It's a gloomy place, one filled with nothing but terrible memories. But had you asked me, Lady Sumida, I would have told you. Kama's a reliable guy. You're right. If I'd been more willing to ask for his opinion and trusted him more, I wouldn't have had to do this in such a roundabout fashion. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Kama. It's alright. Well then, as a remnant of Surumi Island, what do you think of this? The last scion of Surumi returns to his desolate homeland, only to be caught up in the twisted weft of time. Simply put, you hear the call of your ancestors and head into the mists of Surumi Island. Following the sound of the Mashiro, you traverse the fog only to realize as you approach the site of that millennia-old ceremony that you've become the same ancestor who bore your name all those years ago. There you experienced the island's final day until violent lightning and roaring thunder rend the skies. Then you awake, only to have the same day begin again. Well, what do you think? Is this novel is amazing, grand, prizeworthy? Will this really work? It's not that impressive. I get it. You probably greatly value Surumi's history, so it's no surprise that you might be offended by my fictional appropriations. So how about this then? I'm not talking about that. Surumi's history doesn't matter that much to me. I just feel that this plot doesn't grab me as much as Tokiali Tales or Kino's Travels that you read to me before, nor does it quite flow as freely as the Three Young Nobles. That was blunt of you. Sorry. No, don't apologize at moments like this. That just feels even more hurtful to me as a writer. Sorry, I shouldn't have apologized. This is so annoying. But most annoying of all is the fact that I can't refute your critique. You just need to write something that Kama will find interesting. Yes, I know. I will do that. Kama's heard lots of stories, after all. If he finds them interesting, I'm sure my editor will too. Excuse me. Don't give up either, Paimon. Huh? Paimon was just thinking. Paimon's never giving up, mind you. Paimon's just thinking, could we try the method that Miss Samita just mentioned? What did I say? I've already forgotten. We could give it a go. But you're the one who always said to not give up, Conry. Paimon won't either. And anyway, didn't we agree to have a good meal at Kiminami Restaurant once we finish this commission? Why do you flinch at that? I don't think I follow exactly, but it's good to see that Paimon is so spirited. You're talking to the illustrious Paimon, after all. Well then, about this commission of ours. We'll continue plumbing the depths of Surumi Island's mysteries. Alright, in that case, I look forward to your next report. How do you adventurers say it again? Ah, right. Add extra applesauce, Conry. Indulge my curiosity for a moment. Since you're a descendant of Surumi Island's people and your family seems quite interested in handing down their history, would you know how to make mashiro by chance? It's totally okay if you don't, by the way. It was a long time ago and all. I do. My grandfather taught me how to make them and how to use them too. What? Then why did I spend all that more to hire people? So then, is there anything else you can tell me about the mashiro? They make boom sounds. I think I already knew that. Is there anything else? They're made of wood, have no special requirements they have no special requirements in that regard. Yumemiru wood, otogi wood, they'll all do. Let me think. Was there anything else? Ah, if you give a mashiro you made personally to someone, it is considered a marriage proposal. What? That's not bad, actually. I'll include that into the story. Well then. So far, we have either confirmed or hinted presence of one nail in each nation. So confirmed in Dragonspine, confirmed in the Chasm, hinted in Surumi. Just where in Surumi? Hinted in the I guess confirmed in the desert. The Eternal Oasis? Which is the swirly swirl, right? Oh my gosh, stop. And then in the Night Kingdom of Natlan, but where in Fontaine? And everywhere the nail touches is our kingdom. Everywhere the nail touches, like it blew a hole. Can I grab this? It blew a hole in the top of Dragonspine. With the chasm, it made this huge, all of this stuff down here that's suspended amongst. Oh, yeah. They were hit by something spinning, and they also are rotating in the same direction as well. All right. Is that an IRL time gate then? Indeed it is. Although these days... Hello, Ether. I've just been accepting whoever. Partially just assuming there's someone from the streams or the uploads or something. Twin Ether. Tweether. Okay, what do I need?
What do you seek?
Ooh, I have, oh, wait. I need those tiers for Shinobu. That's gonna be more important than Kale's stuff. Because Shinobu is more helpful on more teams, and frankly, Kale damage is going to be carried by Shinobu damage. We have overflowing ley lines, right? Yeah, finale of Deep Galleries. Yeah, lore reading. I only have 20, so I can only do it once, but...
Mora.
Don't forget to grab premiums on IT. You're right there. Oh, theater.
Let's hope you'll have a good fight. Here comes another.
Things are about to get dicey.
No.
This was new.
Quietly now. Game's up. Time's over.
Hi. Double drop. Oh, I almost used condense. Double drop. And there you go. Theater. And then also, not only theater, but also we never attempted Abyss floors 11 and 12. When's Abyss resetting? Okay, lava. Ooh, excuse me, excuse me. Okay, groupable bros in first half, and then big ol' tankies in the second half. Do I have any Numa characters? Okay, who am I gonna want for this then? Maybe just heavy hitters, my like heavy hitter team for the second half. Wait. And for the first half, who's in here? Why don't I try that? All Arlecchino, you've got all of your normal stuff. Zhongli, 51,000, he's got his normal stuff. Yelan doesn't change.
Why have you changed?
Bennett doesn't really change either. Oh, Kazuha. Take that. And you don't ever really change either to speak of. And Mav. That's fine. Malwika and Beto have been trading that sword back and forth. Let's try that. Ooh. Get me some more deer funds. EM. I'm good.
Gotcha.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds.
Stabilize. Order.
Stay put. 42. Holy balls.
Busted.
Crumble.
Whoops.
The wind knows me. As one with wind and cloud.
Overruled. Things are about to get dicey.
I will.
Stop moving. Oh, okay.
Burn it down. Let the mountain's veins boil. Bring it. I'm going in.
Can you pull focus on this guy?
Keep lolling. Eat hot light of the blazing sun.
I'll just scoot over here.
Light it up. Hear the echoes of the valley. Get out of here.
Just tank that right to the face, Bennett.
You two. Time pyroclastic surge.
Over here. Also, how much damage did Mawika just hit for just then? Am I crazy or did I see 400 something?
Letting grave names echo. Everybody stand back. Light of the blazing sun.
Did I just see 40? I thought I did too. Could be wrong. Might have been a 40,000. Rate and damage always.
Transfixed. Quietly now. Here comes the catch.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call.
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
Falling leaves. Adorn my night.
I know this is just floor 11, but I feel good about this, about that Arle team. That's actually pretty good. Oh, this isn't the boss version, so this guy doesn't actually have a resistance to pyro, does he?
Papa, get him. Teamwork is dreamwork. Pyroclastic surge.
Or that there's something that you do with pyro with him.
Let the mountain's veins boil.
That was descriptive.
Show no mercy.
I don't know why I thought it was the version, but that would be a completely different enemy model.
Light of the blazing sun. I'm going in. Let's light it up. Letting grave names echo. You two. Time to end them. Wrath from the skies.
All right. Penny fighting with his countrymen. I haven't really been hurting for cooldown in this team.
Lucky day.
Ooh.
Things are about to get dicey.
As one with wind and cloud.
Solidify. Order guide chain.
One with nature.
Busted. Here comes the cash.
You can try.
Laid bare.
Careless.
Ow. That's not even who I thought I was switching to.
Adorn my night.
Not even who I meant to switch to. He just healed himself. What an asshole.
Fall before me. Stabilize.
The remnants of destruction.
Rise with the sun. Teamwork is dreamwork. Huh? Show no mercy. Suffer the wrath of the... Hear the echoes of the valley. Light of the blazing sun.
That was 450. I did see it that time.
Everybody stand back. Letting grave names echo. You two. Time to end them.
Oops, I'm not on the bike.
For the sky. Let the mountain's veins boil. Suffer the wrath of Eastly. Teamwork is dreamwork. Pyroclastic surge.
Even poorly built, this team is pretty good. Alright, 412. Alright. Oh my, that's also chamber 3. Who knows if I'll even make it to chamber 3. Okay. This might still be an okay one for these. I mean, Kazuha definitely is going to be helpful for these dudes. And then Vaporize is good because it's not overload. It's not throwing them all around where Arlecchino has to waste stamina charge attacking to close the distance and go grab them. And then on the second half, okay, Lava and the Mountain King. But this still isn't the boss version of that, is it? Are my teams okay for this? I feel like the first team is definitely okay. There's also a flaming Wyab manifestation as well, and the Terror Shroom. I just don't know who else. This is floor 12. This is always when shit starts to get real. So let me try these. Let me try these out, and then if I think that I can do it better with different teams, then we'll reattempt. ER is always helpful.
Care for a dance?
I should have applied Hydro first. I'm an idiot.
Game's up. Be a good audience, won't you?
Never. I'm the worst audience. I laugh at all the wrong times. Time to go to work.
I will have order.
Stop.
Stabilize.
Here comes the catch. Think fast.
Maybe it is. What about it?
The wind knows me. One with wind and cloud.
Solidify.
Testing my patience.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey.
One with nature.
Quietly now. Overruled. This is where you fall.
I actually didn't mean to use that. I thought I had already switched to Yelan.
The birds call. The wind knows me.
Game's up. Fun's over. Gotcha.
Is that the jet that keeps on screaming like that? The gent. The non-jet. The gator.
Here comes the catch.
One with nature.
Gather.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Care for a dance. Dance with
I'm married.
Stabilize.
the show's only just begun. They're about to get dicey.
The wind knows me.
Where's her snake?
Not done yet.
One more.
Your journey ends.
Your journey ends here.
Your sacrifice is ready. Solidify.
One with nature.
Quietly now.
Oh my gosh, the gators clear the balls over here.
Busted.
Clouds hide. The birds call.
Game's up. Fun's over.
All right.
Letting brave names echo. Not you two. Time to end them. Everybody stand back. Let's grab from the skies.
We lost 1 star already, and we still got 2 things to fight on this floor.
Light it up. Hear the echoes of the valley. Huh?
Hey,
Adventure time.
don't avoid my Bennett.
Lolene, it's Papa. Let's light it up. Teamwork is dreamwork. Pyroclastic surge. Incinerate. Burn it down. Bring it. Letting brave names echo.
Oh my gosh, I I whiffed again.
Suffer the wrath of Eastleigh. I'm going in. Light of the blazing sun. Incinerate.
All right, Mountain King.
Let the mountain's veins boil. Get out of here. Show no mercy. Gotta be strong. Teamwork is dreamwork.
It's your burst right there we go.
Lolene, eat Papa. Pyroclastic surge. Incinerate.
What was our best record on Abyss? I got a single star on all 3.
Light it up. Fulfill our pact.
I got a single star on all 3 floors, but we never had replicated that.
I'm going in. Light of the blazing sun. Rise with the sun.
I've never heard him make that noise before.
Let the mountain's veins boil.
Hit the things, the fruits, the fruits, the fruits.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Letting brave names echo. Fulfill our pact. Light it up. Wrath from the sky.
Hit those things. There we go. A single star, I'll take that. I do panic. Yeah, it's not even panic. It's more just like I have this character out. What am I doing? It's more just cluelessness than panic. I always try to treat a bit because I used to get really up in arms about meta and with previous games, not with Genshin. And I've had the most fun with Abyss and Theater by taking it. Whatever I can get, I can get. And if there's some if like I could redo it and like go back and like tidy up my rotations and stuff and actually swirl something, because I even when I did that, when I hopped up with Kazuha, I didn't swirl any elements on the field, and because at the start I even intentionally thought, okay, I need to apply Pyro with Arle and then apply Hydro with Yelan so I can be swirling both of those elements at the same time, or I can be swirling an element on the field. But what I still do with Abyss and Theater is I make one run through, I see what I can do, and then I call it quits. Otherwise, I would get so annoyed just knowing myself about trying to like just the tiny little bits of changes that I can do, because the single run through is pretty close to my maximum potential. Even considering I swirled nothing with Kazuha then, I could go back through and I could probably get another star on that chamber, but it would require a lot of patience for me and a lot of like really, a lot of trying that I just frankly don't really care to do. I get the primos I need out of it and I have fun treating it as a check of my characters rather than my own skill and rotations and stuff. But I appreciate the letting me know what I am. EM is always helpful. Because sometimes I won't realize that, and I appreciate the oh, that didn't give you enough energy to get your burst up. You're too far away.
Here comes the catch.
The wind knows me.
Stabilize.
Laid bare. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
The game I did really spend a lot of time doing over and over and over again, just trying to eke out just the smallest bit of damage. Was God of War Ragnarok's roguelike DLC. I did actually spend some time min-maxing that one, where just doing run-through after run-through after run-through and just doing the repetitive cycle of that, trying to 100% the DLC. But in hindsight, as cool as it was to have that under my belt as something that I have completed as a gamer, for me, I don't think it was worth it, because there was a lot of rage in that. I can be a ragey gamer when I try hard about stuff. And for me, the satisfaction isn't worth it.
One with nature. Cloud Clouds high, the birds call. Things are about to get dicey.
Where? Now, that being said, for the roguelike DLC of Ragnarok, it wasn't worth it to me. But for playing the 2 Norse God of War games on max difficulty, that was worth it. That was... Oh, his burst is already ready. That, the main quest line on max difficulty of God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok, and also Skyrim on legendary difficulty, that's difficulty that is rewarding for me, that I spend a lot of time beating my head against the wall against stuff, but that is rewarding. Those ones were rewarding to me. Yeah, you're close by.
One with wind and cloud. One with nature. Busted. Game's up. Fun's over.
Almost. Come on. There we go.
Burn it down.
Oh, I forgot that there's a...
Hear the echoes of the valley.
Would you believe me if I said that I didn't think that we'd get this far, so I wasn't worried about there being a pyro Y up here?
Bring it. Get to work. Get out of here. Wrath from the sky. Let the mountain's veins boil.
Come on, give me that while I have it.
Time to... Wait, everybody stand. Light up the blazing sun. Incinerate. Try and stop me. Why do they never miss? Fulfill our pact.
The good thing is that Moeka doesn't care about ER. She can't have that drained. That's gonna do nothing.
Bring it. Get out of here. Get to work. Rise with the sun.
Not on the bike.
Light up the blazing sun.
Wait, I thought that you can still do a small bit of damage even with the same... Even attacking a shield with the same element.
The echoes of the valley. Show no mercy.
Or is that only certain elements? Because I know that does work with some elements.
Going in. Pyroclastic surge. Incinerate.
Yeah, Pyro Shield. I thought that I could still damage the regular health bar.
Bring it.
It just reduces it, not that, like...
Fulfill our pact.
This one's not happening.
Burn it down. Wrath from the sky.
Depends on shield, huh? Maybe physical, no? Because that's not... Unless he's just got so much health that it's not showing.
Letting grave names echo. Everybody stand back. Show no mercy. Keep lolling. Keep Papa. Get him. Yeah. Light up the blazing sun. Hear the echoes of the valley.
So an elemental shield...
Light it up! Yeah! Full throttle! Incinerate! Wrath from the skies!
All right, Terror Shroom. This will be a much better part of this fight from an element perspective.
Bring it. Get to work. You two. Tight. Let engraved names echo. Light of the blazing sun. Incinerate. Get out of here. Fulfill our task. Suffer the wrath of everybody. Stand back. Pyroclastic surge.
The only reason I said that is because I do remember the one I remember the most is with one of the Fatui. Is it the cryo gunners or the one of the Fatui units?
I'm going in. Let engraved names echo. Try and stop me.
Wasn't paying attention as I was trying to think. One of the Fatui units, if you have the wrong element, you can still hit them. You just can't damage their shield. Does that make sense?
Echoes of the valley.
No stars on this one. But you could tell that really early on that we weren't going to star this one.
Suffer the wrath of Ainsley.
All Fatui shields are penetrable. That must be what I was thinking, because Fatui shields are penetrable. Oh, I guess I could have kept it going. Regular attack applies every third hit, or after some time. Fatui shields lower damage to 10%. Yeah, that's what I thought all elemental shields were. I don't know why I haven't. I guess it's because I usually have the element. I guess it's usually because I have the element that you need for whatever shield I'm facing. I thought all elemental shields didn't make them invincible and just gave them a resistance, like 10%. All right. I feel okay about that. A single star and then completed it, but with no stars. I think I probably could. Mage's Shield, that's true. Mage's Shields are all impenetrable. I wonder who I have who could work for that second half. Or even the first half. The first half wasn't ideal either. It kinda was, kinda not. Yeah, the generic shield changes to elemental if you don't destroy it for the Y-Ubs. And the generic shield is just that, a generic shield, where it doesn't need anything special. It's just brute force that shield down. What the hell, Autobot? I don't think I'm not gonna reattempt this. I'm just wondering who I think I could probably put in there. I really think that with better skill, my characters right now are are built enough for a single star on each floor. Well, I guess I didn't attempt this one, so I don't know. But I think that with the right amount of skill and understanding of the boss mechanics and team comps and stuff, that my characters can grab a star or maybe two. I don't know. I wasn't too far off the pace for another star, but it still wasn't close. And that's how I handle Abyss. The one where I did get 30 stars, or 28 stars. How many stars is it to get one star on each floor on floor 12? But that was also just a from what you guys said, an easy Abyss to begin with. But I can say, and I got the achievement. for clearing 30 stars. I got the achievement for clearing in floor 12. Oh, a melusine. Electro invincibility. Bursting on Bennett and Citlali ASAP, then dropping Mawika should break or almost break shield. What am I doing over here? What about Onslaught? What was this, how was this Onslaught for everyone? That's in the UA. 7 days. Oh, Shinobu's in team. That's not gonna really help. I guess it won't really hurt either. It's just that Shinobu's raw electro can't damage it. But she can still trigger hyper blooms.
Out of my way!
Dancing in the wind. Up and away.
Here comes the catch.
Stare at it. Oh, that's not ready yet.
Get with me!
Closing in.
Take it easy. Game's up. Time's over.
How's the time? Dissipate.
I think I will eventually try to build some teams and try to focus more on trying to get more stars in the Abyss. But for the time being right now, my rolls on artifacts are so bad, like a 1200 defense Arlecchino. My rolls on artifacts are so bad because a level 90 C0 Arle with a level 90 R1 Crimson Moon Semblance should be hitting for way more than she is. The damage ceiling for a free-to-play Arlecchino, or like a base Arlecchino, C0, the damage ceiling is way higher than mine is. And same with C0 Mawika can I've seen videos of Caesar and Mawika with my same team comp hitting for 1 million. It's just a matter of, I feel, it's a matter of a lot of people have a lot more time to have built up really good artifacts and get good rolls on artifacts. I go artifact farming pretty regularly. It's just I've only been in this for so long. And I also have a ton of characters. And I instead of building artifacts, I spread the love around to a lot of different people. So instead of focusing on trying to get, 300 options for Harmonic Whimsy for Arlecchino, I have 100 Harmonic Whimsy and 100 of another artifact set. But I think a big part of it also is just skill. I don't understand the, it's not that I don't understand it, I just don't do the rotations correctly. Animo. Wonder what Lunar Charged is gonna be like.
Time to broaden up.
I wonder how that's gonna play, wonder what that's gonna be like in practice. Maybe a little more health. There we go. What the hell was...
Our bond is strong.
I gotta be honest, I don't know what that was.
I'll settle this. Everyone's okay.
At least she can get it back really quickly.
Dissipate. Just like we rehearsed. Yeah, we can fly.
Flip and flew. Already know, cause of Inefa. I don't super remember Inefa's trial. Invulnerability to Dendro. Kale, take a seat. Or I could just give the rust and a physical goblet to Kale. We just played this team a lot, actually. Sure. Just a team of characters that I like. And take that back from... It's a gladiator from Kale. I've started to memorize whose artifacts are being swapped with who. In certain regards. So I don't have to keep on taking notes for... where is it? Is it south? It's south. So I don't have to constantly be referring to notes of like, okay, who has this goblet? Who has this one? Her robot is good to farm foul because it attacks everything. 6. I guess more than anything right now, I need Mora. I'm going to use a condensed on this actually. Because more than anything, I need Mora right now. So I'm not going to use that on a domain or anything.
Quietly now. Look alive! Hi! Let the mountain's veins boil!
The music went away for a second. It's like, are you still fighting? Are you still watching?
Busted. Let's get it on! To ashes! Letting brave names echo! Bring it! Gotcha! Things are about to get dicey.
I need those gears. I'm not building anyone at the moment that needs these gears, but I should still, because how many do I have? I mean, I don't really need them, but... Getting gear! Who has built their Frem? Frem Havers. Has anyone built him? Every time I play Frem, when he's in like a trial or something, it always reminds me like, I could build my Frem. I actually really enjoy how he plays. Oh my gosh, these guys weren't even the... Sorry, I'll kill you in a sec. These guys weren't even the bounty. Hi!
to ashes. Ha!
Don't do that.
Quietly now. Let's get it on. Let the mountain's veins boil. Here comes the catch.
Okay, fine.
Eyes on me.
I really don't need any treasure hoarder insignias. Those are ones that I have kind of stopped picking up. Because how many insignias do I have at this point? A lot of treasure hoarders have been have donated their blood to my account. Good cape, but not good numbers. Hyperfridge. Oh, hyperfridge. That's a lot of test subjects. Oh, right. You guys told me about hyperfridge when I replaced Lanyan with, Sitlali. What is the goal I should be shooting for in attack for Lanyan? Her shield scales on attack. So what's kind of the number I should be shooting for? For example, like Shilonan really would like 3,500 or more in defense in order for her to perform well. Excuse me. Arlecchino, 2,500 honestly is pretty good on attack for her. She just wants more because you can have only 2,500 attack, but as long as you've got like 260 damage and 98 rate, then she'll do much better than having 3,000 attack but less rate and damage. The EM scalers, all of the EM scalers want 950 plus EM. So what's the number I should be shooting for attack in? Yes, okay. Oh, is she a in what way? Is she a split scaler? She's not, is she? As a shielder, purely as a shielder, and then passive. Ah, okay. That's one of my problems with Dia's kit. I talk about this a lot. Can you tell that it's a very wide split between I adore Dia's character and design and I cannot stand her kit. When we got raided by Zajef, I was really fascinated to find out that one of the main meta people in the community actually doesn't have that big of a problem with Dia's kit. I have such a problem with Dia's kit. Like the gap between how much I love her character and design and how much I can't stand her kit is very wide. And one of the big problems is split scaling. Pick one. Just pick one. HP or attack. Pick one. Pick one that I can because otherwise I want to be able to like just put everything into HP or everything into attack. He likes Dia because she worked with Nuvi. Okay. Isn't there just simply better? Because even for off-field pyro, I would pick Xiangling ahead of Dia every single time when we're talking team meta. Just drop it on Guoba, and then when Guoba's not there, you have a Pyro Nado. If she has enough ER, you can always have that up. You can burst off cooldown with her. Because the application, it's about her interruption resistance, but just use a shield. That's the other... I'm sorry, Dia. Here, turn around. I'm complaining about you a little bit. For interruption resistance, just use a shield. Just use a shield is what I always say. Because interruption resistance without a shield doesn't make sense. Because the shield gives you interruption resistance and damage resistance. Also allows me to do vape, I guess. That's fascinating. It's good to know that she still has her uses. She just has to be used correctly. Here's how I'd change Dia's kit. No more split scaling. I would just put everything into HP. Just get rid of the attack scaling on her field damage. Just make her a pure HP scaler. And then either give her a shield or take away the interruption resistance and replace it with something else. Because if she had a shield, then the damage resistance would do more than just be, or the interruption resistance would do the same thing that a shield does. Because interruption resistance is literally what a shield does, but it also is negating damage. And then make her burst either one big single punch like Wriothesley's, or let it count as normal attack damage, where she can benefit from Yelan's and Xingqiu's coordinated attacks with that. Kenichi Deep would support. I could definitely see her being good for Kenichi, mainly because of the radius of her skill. Because when Kenichi is swinging around, he fits almost perfectly in the radius of this skill. Yeah, have her burst coordinate, have her burst count as normal attack damage, get rid of the split scaling, and decide, is she a shielder or is she not? Because just interruption resistance without damage reduction doesn't make sense. The way I've made it work in Yoimiya teams is by out-healing the damage. This was my Yoimiya team for a bit.
Let's get this over with.
Time to get down to business.
So Dia gives interruption resistance to Yoimiya, which helps Yoimiya get to her fifth attack in her normal attack string, and then Shilonin's there to compensate for the damage that Yoimiya is definitely going to incur because Dia can't reduce damage. All she can do is reduce interruption.
Whatever you need.
Who has the closest thing approximating a perfect kit? Is it Bennett? Because
You want me on your team?
while he's off field, his burst heals, it gives a damage buff. He can do
Let's light it up.
a decent amount of pyro application with that slash. And then this can knock down, has a pretty high likelihood of knocking down like Big Karagi and Big Churls. Who else would you say has either an ability set that is slept on, or an ability set that already is pretty close to perfect? I'd say powerful, yeah. The one, because I have a lot of problems with Dia's kit. I guess what I mean by perfect is the kit that you have the least amount of problems with, because it does so many things well. It does what it's supposed to do well. Shilonin. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Do I have enough to... I guess I should have just auto-added. I try to use the bare minimum so that just in case I'm left over with extra, then I can throw that at someone else. Like, actually, I'll throw that at Shinobu. She can have 4. Currently, Mawika. Yeah, he does everything you need as a support. He is like the... Ooh, yeah, Chevrolet. Because for overload teams, Chevrolet's kit is borderline flawless for the team for the role that she wants to be in. It's like kits that are tailor-made around certain reactions often tend to do really well, like Chevrolet. Got some deer funds out of that. Oh, we have 5 standards we didn't roll on as well. honestly like niche teams. I like using, as you've noticed, I like having really good supports that can justify having a character that I like on field. And even I gave up on a DPS Dia. I think Dia needs much better artifact options that I don't have. Like Vorakasha's Glow. I have like 12 Vorakasha's Glows. And I'm not willing to go farm that domain because I'd much rather farm that. I'd much rather use that resin to farm Arle's domain or Mawika's domain or Shilonen's. So I just don't want to spend the resin to get Dia a set that would make sense for her as a DPS. When I did have her with like the best artifacts that I could combine for her, she was still only hitting for, what was she hitting for? 25,000 per punch. But because she can't do reactions with that unless there's already elements on the field, then it's just raw hydro damage. Raw pyro damage, you know what I mean? I don't know what I mean. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. And we'll think about how we're gonna end this stream off. Achievements. Using exploding. Oh! That's how I killed it? Alright, guess I'd never done that before then. Sandrone is an interesting little minx, isn't she? When have we heard about her other than Child referenced her briefly, didn't he?
I have little interest in her. She's extremely passionate about her research and does not appear in public often. In fact, many of our officers have yet to see her at all. Compared to, let's say, someone who would go so far as to create segments of themselves to better wander across the land,
The Torah.
I suppose you could say she is at the other end of the extreme.
Where's that picture of Marianne and everyone? That's not it. Because the comparison is striking. The similarities, I mean. Do we not have that anymore? The picture of everyone, like the eye color is the same. The hair, like the shape of the shape of the hair, the hairdo is the same. The face shape. The artifact. Okay. The watch. The watch next to the new paper. Boop. Yeah, it is striking. The eyes are the same. The way, like the way that the hair is combed over, the way the sides, like the way her bangs are combed over, the way the sides of her hair like swoop out like that. They do a little like curving towards the face and then swoop outwards. Utterly visible. Weird. Very strange. The way they tease her makes it seem like she is going to be like the Catherine of Nodcry, which would be hilarious. Part of me hopes they just do that. That every time we need to claim our commissions, she's just like, "And what do you want?" What other small things is there to small things? That's a finale. That's okay. They're all percentages, though. These are all 4 stars, but Electro. What the hell? I guess it can be an off piece for someone. An Electro Goblet of Finale. I guess it can be an off piece for someone, though. Not only was that one of those, also only had 2 minor affixes as well. Have one Electroculus that we can deposit. Not that. Equipment. Finale. We read Long Knife's... Yes, we did. We read Long Knight's Oath last time. Is there a particular order to read Finale? Also, was there any other weapons that we got that I could, that might have interesting lore in them? Not really, right? Not particularly. This was the free weapon. Tribal tales tell of a great blade forged by the people of the springs. Forged by the people of the springs to protect a child who would embark on a distant journey. This particular weapon appears to be a replica of that legendary sword. According to ancient tribal traditions passed down by the fool who cried out to the night, the flames within the chamber burned crimson as the descendant who was about to begin their journey sat in the corner of the craftsman's home. The blacksmith from the mountains waved his hammer, shattering crystal to a chorus of clinks. The old man, who had trouble walking and was clutching a cane, reached into a basket with his free hand and withdrew a treasure from another time. Akamai. The time has come. We're sure to uncover some rich vein of ore, a trove of treasure. Indeed, Cao, and when we do, our deeds will be recorded on woven scrolls. Once upon a time, these two youths from the people of the springs had sworn to explore all of Natlan. To them, adventures and victories were a duty bestowed by the Wayub, while stories of mysterious islands and heroes of yore filled their hearts and minds. And so the young adventurers set out on their journey to perform a pilgrimage on foot. Wasn't this what that minigame was? That side-scrolling platformer minigame? I guess it wasn't a side-scroller because it was in one room. But legends of bygone heroes seldom record the troubles that afflict ordinary people, and the world contains far fewer treasures than it does intrepid explorers. The ore they dug up was mostly ordinary, the crystals they uncovered, humdrum, and even amongst mundanities. But what of it? Their joy remained undimmed, and by the light of their nighttime bonfires, they held up the rocks they had collected. They recalled the scenes and the sentiments they had experienced when they found them. This one was taken from beneath the claws of a giant Petlosaurus while they were passing through crystal-filled mountains, while this one was the vicious fiend that tripped them by the edge of the natural hot spring when they were drunk. This stone, covered in ashes, had once stood lengthy vigil on the edge of an ancient city, burned to ash. There it had remained until the two travelers passed by and took it for themselves, paying no mind to the gray sentinel's wishes. And now, as the forger of stone takes each one and melts it down, the past stirs once more, brought back to life with each memory spoken. When they learned that Akamai's descendant wished to emulate their forebear, they chose to use these rocks as materials. They would forge a blade to protect the scion soon to travel, for they knew only too well the dangers that lurked within the world. And when the great blade was forged, Akamai and Cao handed it to the would-be wanderer as a parting gift. Let the memories of the past accompany you on your journey, in place of forebears who now lack the strength to. The past flows through the blood into each new generation, like the unquenchable fire passed down through rituals that never cease to burn. Interesting. Got some lore for those two dudes. Yeah, the big and small dude. That's gonna work well on Aino, as well, from what people say.
From what people say.
Finale. Deep Gallery's Echoing Song. An icy flower fashioned from Northland jade. Over the course of its long life, its petals have crumbled to dust. Flower goblet, feather, circlet sands. I can remember that. And then just boom, 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 boom. Oh, wait. What we normally do for lore readings
Have you ever kept...
is one of my favorite soundtrack playlists. Goldfish of Doom? Following her master's guidance, the girl ventured northward, traversing the freezing wastelands of the corridor of fractured mirrors at the edge of the frozen sea. After slaying countless monsters that wandered the ruins, finally, before the withered husk of a silver tree, she caught the glimpse of treasure concealed beneath drifting snow. That was when the silver moonlight had yet to be shattered in the fires of war, when the divine prophecies of the heavens still extended over the land. The youth who had ventured deep into the earth's bowels met the first angel. inquiring about the most forbidden origins of the world. The Dawn Daughter trembled. We got Seelie lore in Notland, which was fascinating. The Dawn Daughter trembled at these profane words, not knowing how this mortal had uncovered such closely kept secrets. But her visitor laid bare his origins before her, singing to her dreams of beauty that had never yet graced her mind. In an instant, the fetters laid upon her by the enthroned ruler broke apart like a spider's web. For the first time, she discovered what it meant to serve herself, and to the one she loved, she poured out the matter of creation, that most forbidden of unspeakable secrets. Alas, that your ruler would dare to blaspheme such noble beings. Even the demonic sculptors of bloody nightmares, who delight in tormenting souls, would be taken aback by such cruelty. O Dawn Maiden who has never known love, let me stand as the enemy to your laws. Raise your eyes to the stars, as you should, for the sake of all beings imprisoned by your ruler. Let me be your sword, your shield, your guide, your unpardonable conspirator in rebellion. Then did she, most exalted of the angels, bend down and kiss his forehead, as countless icy blooms unfurled on the frigid silver tree. Yet this moment of betrayal did not go unwitnessed, for at that very moment the heavenly moons peered down through the cloak of clouds, a longing still more audacious arising within them. The three moon sisters. When the silver moonlight had yet to be shattered in the fires of war, when the divine prophecies of the heavens still extended over the land. A cup fashioned from Northland jade. They say that the people of an ancient civilization once used it as a ceremonial vessel to make offerings to the heavens. Following her master's guidance, the girl ventured northward. What was the... Oh, feather first? Oh, you said feather. I went flower first. Feather. Goblet. Feather, goblet, flower, circlet, sands. Feather. Okay. This said... No, it said northward in this one too. Feather. Following her master's guidance, the girl ventured northward, traversing the freezing wastelands in the corridor of fractured mirrors at the edge of the frozen sea. After slaying countless monsters that wandered the ruins, finally, among the abyssal remnants, she caught a glimpse of treasure concealed beneath drifting snow. Yet she was not the first outsider to set foot here, for long before the scions of the far north had woven their sweet dream of submergence. A voyager whose sentient will traversed the cosmos, once made a vow of union with a lord of dragons who had not yet to fall into darkness. This passerby was a scribe drifting through the vast void, duty-bound never to commune with primordial civilizations. As her undying body slumbered away within a distant celestial disk construct, her mind had drifted through an empty expanse spanning many light years, charting countless peoples and civilizations fated to perish, pondering the ultimate truths of the cosmos in that eternal darkness. Until a faint glimmer pierced her awareness, jolting the voyager from tenfold millennia of meditation. It came from an unremarkable little world at the edge of the spiral arm. And from the primeval dragon that had been born alongside that world. You know, Earth. Isn't Earth on the far end of the Orion arm in the Milky Way galaxy, or is Earth more set more inward? Though death would one day bring an endless night, and the sun it gazed upon was but a fleeting ember, this will, bound though it was to its planetary crust, shone more brilliantly than all the civilizations the Voyager had ever seen. Unable to suppress the wonder and sorrow welling up from within, she delivered a solemn pronouncement unto its ruler. I have seen the lightless end, tearing through star clusters like a spindle among silken threads. I have seen how the cold tide of chaos drowns out all songs, so that good and evil alike vanish into silence. And yet, my kind, gentle king, will you still refuse to abandon your people? Forsake this world, fated for ruin, and journey with me beyond the stars. Yet thus did the proud dragon reply, O friend from a distant world, I thank you for imparting these truths from beyond the skies. But though in your eyes they may seem ignorant creatures, to me, they are the very meaning of this universe. If the tide of oblivion must come, then let my bones be the bulwark that shields this realm. Bear witness to the path I have chosen, for I shall lead my people onward to the stars. But when the Voyager returned once more, the world she remembered had been utterly changed. The bones of the earth had been bound beneath fourfold shackles, and the soft white radiance of the sky had been split into 7 immutable hues. Like drifting smoke had the Lord of Dragons vanished. And the Winged One's throne now ruled the radiance of 3 moons. Celestia subjugating the dragons. That was the end of the heavenly principles. Bewildered by the dragon's unannounced departure, yet unwilling to disturb the world's new ruler, the Voyager, defying the laws of her kin, quietly cast her mind into the world inside the shell. Vesting her consciousness in the body of a youth, she walked among these corded animals, listening to their fervent and ever-escalating debates in this city of gold. The girl, the Voyager. And then Goblet. Goblet Flower Circle Sands. Following her master's guidance, the girl ventured northward, traversing the freezing wastelands and the corridor of fractured mirrors at the edge of the frozen sea. They're not the same, yeah. I also interpreted the girl as Skirk. And then her master would be Sertologi. This is also Skirk's set as well, so it would make sense to release a new artifact set tailor-made for her kit that has lore that where she stars in it. As she walked through the ruins of the Spiral Abyss, intent on finding the trail of the Voyager that the magical swordmaster had spoken of, I have never heard any lore on the Spiral Abyss. It's just, oh, here's a video game. Here's some chambers for you to fight, like video game logic kind of thing. Alone, she walked through the ruins of the Spiral Abyss, intent on finding the trail of the Voyager that the magical swordmaster had spoken of. There was a time when the silver moonlight still showed mercy upon the lands of the far north, and the envoys of the heavens still gazed down upon the dust and mud. Having angered the divine envoys by questioning the progress of knowledge, the people of the Golden City now argued endlessly amongst themselves for how to quell their wrath. The priests accused each other of sacrilege, of defiling the love, prosperity, and wisdom of the gods. Amongst themselves, they sought to identify the chief culprit, for it was their intention that the one responsible for corrupting the people's minds would likewise be the one to appease the divine envoys. Yet all of a sudden, a voice was heard. If sin comes from the pursuit of knowledge, then ignorance is the true doctrine. If from rebellion, then only the Lamb is truly righteous. If sin must be atoned for with blood, why is it said to stem from humanity? If the laws are perfect and flawless, why fear the act of inquiry? It was merely a boy of humble birth who, having somehow slipped past the watchful guards, had stepped into the chamber where the priests had convened. All of their scholarly accusations he refuted in turn, their charges of heresy, reduced to naught but angry, speechless glares. In that silent chamber, the chief priest who wore the white-branched crown finally dismissed the guards who had rushed in. O heretical speaker, if, as eloquent your words would suggest, you truly hold that grievous sin is but the delusion of mere mortals, then let you be the one to drink from this cup of burning wrath. Go to the ashen silver tree and plead your case before the very envoys who have cast judgment upon us. And so the previously unknown youth ventured forth into the deepest recesses of the earth, seeking answers from the first angel. And then we get to the flower, where... Flower, right? Yeah. Flower after goblet. And to clear any confusion, the Voyager possessed the boy. Following her master's guidance, I'm going to reread this one. The girl ventured northward, traversing the freezing wastelands in the corridor of fractured mirrors of the emergency, after slaying countless monsters that wandered the ruins. Finally, before the withered husk of a silver tree, she caught the glimpse of a treasure concealed beneath drifting snow. That was when the silver moonlight that had yet to be shattered in the fields of war. When the divine prophecies of heaven still extended over the land, the youth who ventured deep into the earth's bowels met the first angel inquiring about the most forbidden origins of the world. The Dawn Daughter trembled at these profane words, not knowing how this mortal had uncovered such a closely kept secret, but her visitor laid bare his origins before her, singing to her dreams of beauty that had never yet graced her mind. In an instant, the fetters laid upon her by the enthroned ruler broke apart like a spider's web for the first time she discovered what it meant to serve herself, and to the one she loved she poured out the matter of creation, the most forbidden of unspeakable secrets. Alas, that your ruler would dare to blaspheme such noble beings. Even the demonic sculptors of bloody nightmares who delight in tormenting souls would be taken aback by such cruelty. O dawn maiden who has never known love, let me stand as the enemy to your laws. Raise your eyes to the stars as you should for the sake of all beings imprisoned by your ruler. Let me be your sword, your shield, your guide, your unpardonable conspirator in rebellion. Then did she most exalted the engine bend down and kiss his forehead, as countless icy blooms unfurled on the frigid silver tree. Yet this moment of betrayal did not go unwitnessed, for at that very moment the heavenly moons peered down through the cloak of clouds, a longing still more audacious rising within them. Circlet then sands. Following her master's guidance, the girl ventured northward, traversing the... Okay, this is the same intro. For St. Callus River, finally through the tattered veil... Are all of those the same, actually? No. The first paragraph is the same. No, it's not. After slaying countless monsters that wandered the ruins, finally through the tattered veil, she got a glimpse of treasure. Before the golden tower was is the sands. The sands is last. Where was... Oh, before the withered husk of a silver tree. She caught a glimpse of the treasure beneath drifting snow. Through a tattered veil, she caught a glimpse of a treasure concealed beneath drifting snow. It was an age when the unknowing masses still bowed to the sky's decrees, when the dawn star's royal court still hung high in the clouds, high above the clouds. Magnificent noble creations descended from the light itself, and the mortals, unable to look upon their true visages, called them angels. Put that there. There we go. Their pale silver wings shimmered like moonlit flames. Their heads were adorned with crowns of sevenfold radiance, wrought with the bones of the earth and the stars of the sky. The name upon those crowns was the love promised unto all creatures by the heavenly God, or perhaps a mandate to rule over the nations of the earth. With all your heart, soul, and might, you shall love all the beings of this earth. You shall love as morning dew longs for the dawn, as seeds long for the trade winds. They were the most loyal servants in the heavenly court, flawless arbiters of justice. They wove a veil for the great ruler of the firmament, delivering sacred revelations to all realms. Such was the duty invested upon them at the moment of their creation, or so it should have been. Until the first angel met an unnamed youth beneath the silver tree in the far north, and in those star-like pupils saw a reflection of herself she had never yet known. It was a love not inscribed by law, a freedom the skies would never permit. As her heart fluttered for reasons she could not know, the eternal star crown forged in love's name suddenly fractured, and casting it into the snow beneath the silver tree, the Dawn Maiden made her fateful vow. Excuse me. Come now, come. Let us recast these absurd laws with bone and nourish the barren land of North. The barren North with blood. Let us build a city and a tower that soars up to the clouds, that the people of the earth need weep bitter tears no longer. I cast this useless crown into the dust, that all earthly nations may breathe free of their shackles. Before the Golden Tower. That was an era now lost to memory, when the city of the far north glittered like golden threads over the frozen wastelands, and the furnaces of the deep galleries thundered day and night. Turning to forbidden methods, artisans forged countless fey spirits upon the bones of giant beasts. Having spun fallen frost moon light into flawless flesh and blood, they clad it to the forms once frail and weak. Such authority... This isn't the Wild Hunt, is it? Such authority to create was once the Lord of the Firmament's divine prerogative. It's just the creation of the Fae, okay. Such authority to create was once the Lord of the Firmament's divine prerogative, yet it was handed to mortals by the rebellious envoy, who dreamed that one day these little creatures might create a perfect being that could merge with the world. Within the deep galleries, which stood intact, the first angel whispered sweet dreams of the coming dawn to her companion. I see a time when the earthly nations will yearn no longer for heavenly mercy. The cities they build will rise up to the clouds, higher even than the throne and the stars. I see humans sharing the vast sky with the gods they once revered. There will be no more tears, sorrow, or death, for all will be complete. Yet in the end, such wild delusions and ambitions were brought down from the heavens, and with them fell deep blue crystal spikes. The Fae shrieked as they turned into icy silver mist, and in the space of a single night, the splendor of the Golden City was ruined by frost-laden winds. The traitorous envoy was stripped of both name and form, and from that moment onward, a curse fell upon her kin. If they dared gaze into another's eyes, and to one alone offer the love that was meant for all, then not only would their divine beauty crumble into the wind, but their minds would fall to dust. Until from the fallen one's remains, a Seelie would arise, forever drifting in search of fading memories to consume. Whew. Yeah, the curse, if an angel falls in love with a human, they turn into a Seelie, which is something that was revealed far before this artifact set came out. Was it far before? Sometimes my mind gets jumbled about what was released when, because I've absorbed all of this inside 1 year. So was that released within the past year, or was that? Skirk about Nicole. We haven't haven't really re-listened to a lot of Skirk's voice lines for a bit.
I wonder if becoming human was an evolution or regression to her. How did it feel, witnessing the self-destruction of her species firsthand? I considered asking her these questions when we first met, but given her personality, I thought better of it. I think I'll just leave her alone to work on her sculptures.
I really encourage people to read, to absorb all the lore that this game has to offer. You get so much more out of it at this one voice line. You get so much more about it. The Voyager, I almost feel like it's like as heavily as it does imply to be the second Descender. I almost feel like you can take that as a confirmation. You obviously can't take it as a confirmation because it's not, but
I once saw the 3 moons of Tevat when I was passing through the false sky. 2 are utterly destroyed, their lifeless remains drifting aimlessly through space. The one that remains intact shows no signs of life either, but its will has not faded completely. Maybe there's a chance that one day, a glimmer of truth will emerge in the false sky, a truth belonging to this world alone.
When Mawika punched through the sky, we saw the shattered remains of 1 moon and 1 intact moon. We didn't see the 3rd one, correct? Or were the pieces implied that the pieces that we saw were the pieces of both? I've like got my fingers like laced together and like resting on my head in the like catching your breath pose of pieces of 1 moon.
As the sustainer of the world's borders, she tolerates my presence. But she did make me promise not to interfere too much with this world's affairs. That was fine by me, but I had to know the reason why. She said many ecologists find it emotionally overwhelming when they observe the animal kingdom and see the predators hunting and the prey fleeing. But they'll never interfere in the process. Instead, they allow the laws of nature to take precedence over their own emotions. In her own words, some call this being a callous observer, but I think it's merciful at the same time. On one of the times that we met, she urged me to listen to the voice of my heart and to learn how to enjoy my present life. She was being sincere and showing she cared, and for that, I ought to thank her.
We are in for a ride in Luna 1. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to start coming to fruition, I feel like. That this next stage in our journey is going to... I feel like less things are going to go our way. Does that make sense? The closer we get to Snezhnaya, I feel like the less things are going to work out in the end, kind of thing. I also am wondering what the Traveler's breaking point is going to be. Because at a certain point, he understands that Lumine didn't see what Lumine saw. He didn't live the life Lumine lived, and that for the Abyss Twin this is her entire journey. This is the twins' entire journey, is restoring the ley lines and restoring this fallen nation, because she felt she was guilty of, but from the traveler's perspective, he sees the other side of it. He sees the damage that the Abyss Order has done and how different his sister is to what his memory of Lumine is. So is either going to have a breaking point where he finally says, your order has done too much harm, and I get that like you feel that this is something that you need to do, but because we start this game off, and for the first several nations, it's, I just need to find my sister and reunite with her. But I can see an eventuality where Lumine becomes our enemy, where Ether says enough is enough, and if Lumine starts taking drastic actions to complete her goal, then Ether will have no choice but to become her enemy. In the trailer, he literally now, again, with what we always Hoyo and Genshin is very clever about stitching things together. That could be. It's difficult to take things at face value in the trailer, although he does pull his sword on her, and she looks a little bit shocked that he's doing so. Now, that could be two different scenes, because it's not, we don't see them face to face, him pulling his sword on her. So that he could be pulling his sword on someone else, he defeats that enemy, then Lumine shows up and she's surprised to see him. But the way they stitch it together, like putting certain voice lines over top of video that doesn't match the final product, but in a way that leads you in one direction. The lore is what has kept me on this game. I think that's why like I talked about when we did Spiral Abyss just now. I think that's why I don't take the meta and the endgame content as seriously as a lot of people do, and as seriously as probably I think I take it less seriously compared to most of the community. I think I'm in the minority with how I treat Spiral Abyss and Theater and Onslaught. But the more I try to min-max and the more I try to get those juicy stars, the more frustrated I become with the game, and I don't want that. And so in a way, it's kind of wussing out on my part, but I would much rather just enjoy the endgame content as good as I can, and instead of trying to min-max that, I'm going to try to min-max my understanding of the lore, because that's what's kept me on this game. The combat is kind of secondary to me. Like, obviously both the combat and the lore are both incredible, amazing parts of this game, and both are somewhat equally what's kept me in this game, but the lore more so. And we are in for quite the ride in just how many days left? We can count it down to days at this point. 9 days, a week. Buckle up. I will be going live the millisecond that the servers are ready. So, whenever that, we know what time those servers hop back online, right? So when 6.0 has been patched in, and when that is ready to go, I will already be live and we will wait for it to show up. And I want to be amongst the first on the boat. So that'll be something to look forward to. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. And I will see you tomorrow. tomorrow we now hit another Surumi Island time gate. This time gate for Surumi Island, is this going to be the final one? Because it seems like we're getting close to, if not at, the final chapter of Surumi Island. But we'll be pushing forward more towards Surumi Island, and I think some small quests as well, like the one near the fountain. You guys said the one near the fountain in the Fountain of Lucine is a relatively short quest, and we might be able to tidy up Surumi Island and then tidy up that quest near the fountain. So, Zenless patch tomorrow. I did discuss in a previous stream that Zenless cannot run on my computer right now. It's a internet issue, it's a server issue, and I believe it's on my side. Like it's either my modem or my computer. I never got that figured out. It works on my phone. I've still been doing my dailies and stuff just on my phone. But for right now, the Zenless playthrough has to be paused because I cannot open it on my computer. Can't log in. When I get that figured out, I'll let you know. So, thanks again. See you tomorrow. Drink water, be good to each other. Love you lots. Thanks again. Bye-bye.